All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on period two, take two on this activity. So today I'm going to show you how to do your sound decision and get Mario to move. Here he is. Okay. So last week, did we load up Mario? Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So today we want to get Mario to move. All right, so um, we're just going to go into blocks and we're going to hit the play pause button. When you hit play pause, you want to start your timer. So you come down here to clock, move sprite. Actually, this is not called the right thing. Let's go back to our clocks. We're not going to use the clock to move sprite. We're going to use a clock to animate sprite. So let's go back to this clock move sprite and let's rename it so that it makes sense. Clock animate sprite, because that's what we're doing today. Okay. So now we can go back into our blocks and you want to just turn this clock on. So you go to clock animate sprite, set enabled to be true. You just turn the clock on. Okay. Now, this is a great lesson on variables. You want to go ahead and set up a variable. What are we doing? So let's create a variable. Great thing to learn in computer science is how to create a variable. What variables do? Variables remember things, they run things, they generate things for you. So a variable, we're going to call this animate counter. And you can set it equal to 0. So you go to your math box, set it equal to 0. And then you go to your timer event. So clock animate timer. This is the event that's always happening. It's going to be looping over and over again. What do you want to do in here? So now I can just tell it to set my animate counter and do math with it. So animate counter. Don't have a lot of coolness in here. Okay. Animate counter plus 1. And now, here's something intuitive. I'm going to show you what to do. Parker, you guys doing this? Okay. Do you guys see this screen title right here, screen 1? I'm going to use that to display my title. I want to display my counter. So I'm going to go screen 1 dot title. And you can put a join in here if you want. I'll show you how to use joins. They're pretty cool. I use them all the time. And here you could just type like animation counter. I'll use good English here. Animation counter colon space, and then you can put in your variable. And go ahead and get the animation counter and look at it and see if your clock is running. So let's go ahead and stop here. Let's go ahead and connect this and see if just see what it does. See if your clock's running. If your clock's not running, then you're going to have a problem with your entire game. Are you with me? It's like you need to know the car and the engine is running. If you got a vacuum cleaner, you need to know the vacuum cleaner's running. Load it up. Push play. Okay. And now, you know, if you want, there is something called screen 1 initialize. And if you wanted to, you can duplicate this and say, hey, you know, I don't want the timer to be running when you originally start the game. I want it to run when I hit play. Are you with me? Or you guys can set that up a little bit differently if you want. Go ahead and screen that in. Reset. Connect your AI companion. And now it shouldn't start running until you hit play. Yeah, I got nothing. I hit play and it goes to 1, 2, 3. Okay, does everybody see their timer running? Thumbs up if your timer's running. Thumbs down if your timer's not running. What are you doing? If you're not done with your GUI, you got to do that at home. Okay? I can't wait. I can't wait for people to. We could be here all week for some people to get done with their GUI. You with me? You gotta, you know, you gotta get going. That's why I make videos, though. Okay, so you can catch this code tonight. Can you watch this at home? Why not? Hey, can't watch it at home? You have a tablet or internet or anything at home? No? Then you're going to have to work extra hard in school. Okay, do you ever have a free period to come in here and work again? No? Okay. You're just going to have to work super hard. Okay? How many people got their timer running? Okay, so why do I want to view my timer? Why do I want to see it? Yeah, I can see if it's running fast, slow, not running. If that stays on 0, we might have a problem. Are you with me? Okay, so a good tip, every time you deal with a timer, you want to see it. Look at it. Put it somewhere where you can see what that timer's doing and look at it to make sure it's working the way you want it to work. Okay? I had students do, you know, like we did this in Java. And when you're doing this in Java, there is no GUI. You with me? You make it all in the code. So, you know, I would have students, Mr. Richter, my game's not working. I can't get my guy to move. Well, is your timer running? And half the time their timer wouldn't be running. Well, if the timer's not running, you're not going to get your guy to move. Okay? All right, so the next thing we want to do is animate the sprite. I want to get this sprite to do this. Walk. Look, appear like he's walking. Are you with me? So now, if you guys notice how I did this intuitively here, because I'm smart, I've done it before. I purposely made, and yours is not going to work if you don't do this, you're going to need to do this. I made Mario 0, Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario 4, and Mario 5. Does everybody see this? I have 6 PNGs in here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thumbs up if you see that. How many people have done that? Because if you didn't do that, then what I'm about to show you is not going to work for you. Okay? Because all I want to do now is I can create a variable and my clock is going to run the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then as soon as I get past 5, I want to go back to 0. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. You with me? And if I loop that, everybody know what looping is? Create a loop in that pattern. It's going to repeat 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you with me? All right, so let's go back into code and let's get it to do that. So now we're going to use a control if statement in our timer. Control if. If. I'm going to go get a math statement here. If the animate counter is greater than 5, okay? So I'm going to go put in, because I only want it to run till 5, right? So if you get to 6, what do I want to happen when you get to 6? I want it to restart. What do I want it to go back to? 0. So that's all I do, is I say, okay, set my animate counter back to 0. All right. And now let's run it and let's see if it does that. Because if it's not going to do that, then you don't even need to really mess with animation. So go ahead and watch that counter now. Does your counter govern differently? Does it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0? By the way, we do want to see 0 because 0 is one of our 0 is one of our numbers. I'm getting a lot of problems like loading up my I don't know if there's a lot of us trying to get on at the same time, probably bogging down the server. But if it doesn't work, just scan it back in. Now for my new programmers, who's new in here? Do you see how I'm just trying to do one little thing at a time? I'm not trying to solve the entire world problems today. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm seeing 6, and I never get to really see 0. I wonder why I don't see 0. Yeah, mine goes back to 1, 2. But I set it equal to 0, so it should go back to 0. If I put greater than equal to 5, it goes to 5 and then right back to 0. Okay, so I think you want greater than or equal to 5 in here. Because if I put greater than, I was actually seeing 6. Are you with me? And I don't want to see 6. Why do I not want to see 6? Because I don't have 6 in here. I have Mario 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we wanted to, could we make these go from Mario 1 through 6? Yeah, we could. We could do that. And if it would be better for us to resave these as Mario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we should be able to run it off 0, 1 through 5 also. Are you with me? So how many people now have their blocks? Did this work for them? If global animate counter is greater than or equal to 5, let's go back to 0, and now it should just keep going over and over again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're ready to set up the animation loop. Are you with me? And if you named your guys like I did, intuitively, Okay? Work smarter, not harder. If you name these guys Mario 0, Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario 4, and Mario 5, I'm going to set up code that's going to use these variable names. Are you with me? Okay, and by the way, I put the number at the end because that's where I'm going to put the variable in code. Okay, so if you've not named these guys, Mario 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you need to do that. You need to set that up in your file folder. Okay? And by the way, that's why a lot of coders, people that program, they learn to set up a system like this. Mario 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, mine doesn't show 0 either. But I know it's going back to 0 because I put that code in there. See, I have go to 0 here. All right. So I am ready to. So now what we're going to do is we're going to animate our guy. Are you ready? We're going to animate Mario. You ready? So, okay. So I'm going to animate Mario. So here I go. I'm going to go to Mario, find his image sprite. There's Mario. And he has a picture event, a picture handler. There it is. So right in here, I'm going to go ahead and do a join, text join. And I think I need 3 of them. And so what's the name of Mario's picture? His name was Mario. And then I can add in my animate counter variable. So go ahead and get my animate counter variable. And then every picture is followed by a .png. So in here you're going to put .png. Okay, I have Mario 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 .png. And if I do this line of code correctly, this timer should now start changing all the images every second, or every counter, whatever the counter is. The clock, I'm not sure the clock's running at seconds. Are you with me? So let's go ahead and reset this and see if this works. You should start to see animation. If you don't, then we got to figure this out. Okay, so if you guys look, I have Mario animating on my screen. Okay. Now, we have a slider on our screen, right? So since we're at the beginning phases of this game, let's use our slider to control the animation rate. Are you with me? Make him go really fast or really slow. Okay. So all you have to do down here is go and click on, well, let's go set up our slider. So slider speed, okay, my max is going to be 1,000 milliseconds. My minimum is going to be 0. So I guess you'll have the option of turning him off if you want. Okay. Now I go back into my code, and I want to go ahead and set my time. Where's my slider at? There it is, slider speed. And I want to control, what am I controlling here? The animate sprite time interval. So you go down here to your time interval and set that to your thumb position change. And then I'm going to adjust this this screen one title here. I'm going to put 2 more things in here. And I'm going to put in a text. This is just really for learning purposes. I'm going to put in time, space, space, time interval. And then down here, I'm going to go ahead and get clock time interval. Time interval. And now I can duplicate this also. Okay. And now when you run this, that slider should control your time interval of your clock. And if that clock goes faster, Mario should move and animate faster. Are you with me? If you go slower, Mario should go slower. Okay? So let's start it. So here's my time interval at 1,000. Okay? Is Mario moving very quickly? What are we doing? Are you working here? You are? So here's my time interval at 1,000. Is Mario animating that quick? No, pretty slow. He's in slow-mo. So let's move that down to 500. And now we can figure out, right, just by doing a usability study on this, we can figure out which interval is going to look the best. Are you with me? Which one sets up our animation better? So can someone tell me what interval you think's the best for our animation? What should it be? You guys tell me. Which interval's the best? Which one's the smoothest? You guys should be able to figure this out. All right, so once you have the animation, now we can just work our way upward into this app and make him move left and right. You with me? Once I have him animated, I can have him move left and right. So, what am I going to do? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out where Mario should go. So, I think I want Mario's coordinates to start right at the middle here at 124, 199. Does everybody see that? And last class was different. Their screen's a little bit different than ours. So I went and found his x coordinates at 124, 199. So now I'm going to go back into my screen interval, and I'm going to go to screen initialize, and I'm going to set I'm going to set my image sprite Mario to be a math coordinate here. His X was going to be 124. And his Y is going to be 199. Now, down here then, once you have this set up correctly, and you told him where the X and Y coordinates are, right? 124, 199. Now, when I come down here and hit my right button, I can start manipulating these values. So, you can go back into your image sprite, and there's a move to. And I think there is an interval rate in here too. And I think the interval rate is going to go to like 100. And then all I do right here is when I want them to move right, you're going to do some math. And the left's going to be the same similar way. So all you're going to do is say, hey, X, I want to go get Mario's X. And add 10 pixels to it. Or however many pixels you want to add to it. I don't play around with it. You with me? Okay. And then its Y's really don't change, so you can duplicate this, just change this to those Y's. And then how do I get left? Left's really going to be the same thing, except you're subtracting. Okay, run that. And that should be good for today. You might, once you put a lot of code blocks in, you guys might have to reset this. I find that I got to reset all the time when I put a lot of code blocks in. Does anybody, can someone tell me what's wrong with Mario when he goes left? What's the problem with Mario going left? Mario 0. You have to give him a number. Because when you do this interval here, let's go look at this code, right? I'm putting in a counter here, right? The counter is counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I hit 5, I go back to 0, right? And then it loads up all these images. Mario 0, load Mario 1, load Mario 2, load Mario 3, load Mario 4, load Mario 5. Are you with me? And that's how you simply do animation. You're loading different images in with a timer. That's all animation is. So I just created a flip book, right? And you're flipping through the book with a timer. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do today. I've got Mario moving left and right. Someone needs to figure out what's wrong with Mario when he goes left. Parker, what's wrong with Mario when he goes left? He doesn't look to the left. That's correct. So what do we have to do when he goes left? We have to make him face the left direction. Because right now he's doing the moonwalk. And we don't want that. All right. Keep calm and code on.